Welcome, Wargamers, to another battle report for the Rule 11th Legion. Myself here, Dan, and Adam here. Adam's got his Imperials as usual, and I've got my Rebels because my clones and whatnot are primed and not really much more than that. So, Battle Report 3, we've gone for a more
experimental
foliage approach. We've both gone for lists that you shouldn't really take, but well, we're not very but it's gonna be interesting. We've got some nice new terrain on the board provided by Adam for this game, and the one from the vlog as well. So it's gonna be quite interesting. So we're gonna go over to the army intros now. So we're gonna go into the Rebels first and show you what's in my force, and then we'll go into Adam. So on to the armies, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and hit the like button if you could. Thank you. Bye bye.
I thought you were going to do like a comic sort of, you know. Oh god.
Right, guys, this is the Rebel list I've decided to take for this game. A bit out there and probably outside my comfort zone. It's got another unit I've never used before. Being the airspeeder. I've had it for God knows how long. It's been on the shelf of shame for quite some time waiting to get painted, and even being there so long, it managed to get covered in water from the paint, from the water washing area, brush thing type, whatever you call it. So that was a bummer. But anyway, on to the actual list. So, leading the list, as you've probably seen from the video title, we've got Leia. She's got no upgrades at all. So she's all by her lonesome. Next on the list, we've got an airspeeder with the outer rim speeder jockey for some extra cover. Then onto his friend in speed, we've got the land speeder with another outer rim speed jockey. So there's a lot of outer rim speeding going on. We've got the rocket gunner, the Splimo rifle gunner, and a Mark II medium blaster. And then we've got 3 units of basic rebel troopers with no upgrades whatsoever, which is a first for me because I've never taken them naked, as it were. I've never actually taken 3 of them. I've always had like a fleet trooper, but anyway, so this is going to be quite interesting for me. See how rubbish they can be. So then we've got the meat of the army. We've got 2 units of commandos with snipers, so one there and one there, and then we've got the stars of the show, probably, hopefully, and the pathfinders with quite a lot of upgrades. So we've got power leading them, we've got duck and cover, grappling hooks because I'm forever flinging them off buildings like lemmings, and the rifle config for their extra shits and giggles. Oh, and there goes the kid-friendly bit. Okay, guys, over to the dirty Imperials and see what we're fighting against. Right, guys, here's those Imperial bucket heads, and a bit of an old one.
Hurtful.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we got, Adam, here? So I can see Palpatine out front and centre. So what we got?
Well, yeah, I'm not one for doing what's considered sensible. So again, I've got a couple of units that I've not really got much experience using, and here they are: Emperor, and given him force reflexes, he doesn't have that many wounds. Guard can't protect him all the time, so he's got force reflexes there. He's got anger for when he takes wounds, he gets aims.
Oh, so he's a cheerful chappy today.
Yeah, and then he's got esteemed leader as well, so other units can guard him for him as well. So everyone's going to be throwing themselves in his way if he wishes. And there's Royal Guards next to him there. We've got the Electra Staff Guard, no upgrades apart from him. So
very good.
They're still 100 points with that. So
extra bodies.
Extra bodies, yeah.
To throw in front of the Emperor.
Well, they got 2 wounds each. We're pretty good. And moving on to some of my core and my special forces, which is pretty much, apart from Emperor, all this list is made up of.
Yep.
We've got the Shore Troopers with their T21.
Yeah, I really hate that guy. I hate that T21. I hate it.
It's not the best weapon in the game. It's just very good. And
No.
It's very good against you. It rolls very well when I'm playing you.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it just does.
Yeah.
Obviously, sneaking behind them, they've got their ever trusty mortar there.
Yeah, sneaky.
Sneaky.
And no more shenanigans because it's been outlawed.
Yeah, there's been a rules change since we last played, and I mean, to be honest, I never really went. I didn't rush out and buy, 3 boxes of shore troopers.
All the shore troopers.
I knew you could do that thing, but I never really took it to its fullest. So then, along the back line, you can see we've got the 2 units of scout strike teams here. We've got one with the Sabs and we've got one with the snipers. I was tempted to run 2 Sabs, but again, these are models I've got, so this is what I'm playing.
Yeah.
There we go. Then we've got just the Sabs with the bombs have got recon intel.
Oh, very good. So
very
extra movement for them.
Yeah, a little bit of extra movement, and then 2 units of stormtroopers with just GLT-19s. So very light on. Oh, we're forgetting something very important, aren't we? Lurking in front of. Yeah.
The silent troopers.
This is a unit that I rarely leave out because I feel like I'm missing something if I don't have them, and it is the Death Troopers.
Yeah.
No difference really to how I often run. They've got the DLT, they've got the focus fire config. They don't have an HQ uplink, so I'm going to be at the mercy of when their token comes up this time round. But Palpatine's in the list. Sacrifices have to be made. Points are a little bit tight.
Yeah,
but
points are scarce.
800 points. This bang on. 9 activations.
I should have said with my something in the Rebel part. I'm on 797 points, so I will be the blue player for this game. Right, guys, we're going to set up the board up because obviously we've.
There's no cover.
It's a bit barren. It's a bit open for my liking. I think I might suffer from shooting. Okay, guys, we're going to set some terrain up, and we'll be back when we've done that to show you what it's going to be. Okay, guys, see you soon. Right, guys, this is the board set we've gone for today. Adam has very kindly brought his nice palm trees and shrubberies and whatnot over here. So we've been treated today, and obviously we've got the first outing of painted barricades. So yes.
Oh, it's funny.
Yes. So we've got a set of woods over there, a set of woods there, and a set of impassable woods here. So we're counting this one because there's a lot of shrubberies and dense foliage in that one. So we're going to count that as impassable. We might. Are we doing a line of sight block? No, are we going to see line of sight? Should we go for?
I mean, technically, you can see through.
Yeah, well, if you can, we're going to do a line of sight. If you can see it, you can shoot it. And another one there that's light. And we've got another set of barricades here just for the shits and giggles. I think that's my word today. We've got the geodesic dome, whatever you call that thing, making its debut on the battle reports.
Centre Parks.
Yes,
so,
that's the one.
Those in the UK will get that one.
And then we've got the crash ship and another landing pad over here with the lone painted container, and over there medical building and the not medical building to round out this urban section. Right, guys, we're going to go over to the command card phase. No, the command card things you play. We're going to define the battlefield, whatever the cards are called. Okay, guys, back in a bit. Right, guys, we've got the condition cards dealt out. We've got rapid reinforcements, limited viz, hostile environment, major offensive, battle lines, and the long march, breakthrough, sabotage most evaporators, and intercept transmissions. So I don't like the idea of you dropping some death troopers or some in my battlefield, so I'm gonna knock that on the head.
Okay, well, as the Emperor needs his dudes round him, and he's quite slow. I don't think something that obliges me to run towards you is that helpful. Even though it might mean you have to run towards me, I just don't feel comfortable with breakthrough. I think that's a bad setup for me with the list I'm running today. So I'm going to drop that.
Yeah, and with where the cover is, I don't like major offensive, and plus I don't have to do strange deployment zones.
Yep, and for me, Empire, range 4 shooting. I think Limited viz is more a hindrance to me than it is to him. Certainly during the early stages when I want to get those shots in. So I am going to get rid of that.
Right, and so something needs to let's get rid of the cards that are now, and then we've got hostile environment as what we'll want to forget and sabotage most of Vaporators and battle lines. So we're going to put some objective tokens on the board, and we'll give you a quick shot to let you know where those are. So we'll be back in a second. Right, guys, we've placed our Vaporators or objective tokens. I've gone for one in a set of woods here. Adam responded with one on the landing pad over there.
Yep, nice bit of cover as I sneak up to do stuff to it.
Yep, I got one snuck away at the back of this crushed ship. Then Adam got one on the other side over there.
Yeah, by the time I put the fourth one down, it was a choice between having them near each other, from my point of view going forwards, because I've been given this side to set up in.
Yeah, I put Adam on the wrong side of the table. He's not used to that side, so I've already won the first victory by making my opponent uncomfortable. Okay, guys, we're going to set up our armies and we'll be back in a bit to show you where stuff is going to go. Okay, see you soon. Right, guys, we've got the objective tokens down and we've deployed. I went off quite early with the Pathfinders before I got pushed too far back to keep them on top of this building to have a nice vantage point of that objective token there. Hiding away in here we had a unit of commandos who did a scout move into there. Scout 2 move, that is. And then we've got a unit of rebel troopers hiding behind this building. Leia as a kind of like afterthought, trying to get people in command range. And then we've got another unit of commandos over there in this wood, with their moved in there to their scout 2 move. 2 rebel troopers. We've got the air speeder over here, and over here we've got a land speeder as well. And I've made sure that they're not going to collide. So guys, I'm going to go over to the Imperials and we'll see where Adam's deployed. So over here on the other side we've got a unit of stormtroopers with their DLT ready to pick off some guys at range 4, and hiding behind our stormtroopers we've got a sniper team. Hiding very sneakily in behind this dense wood, which we've now decided is so thick we can't see through it. And we've got the saboteurs there who did a scout 2 thanks to recon intel. And hiding behind the dome we have well, just about everyone else. We've got the mortar team, the Royal Guard, and Palpatine himself, and the shore troopers. And next to them we've got the Death Troopers and another unit of Stormtroopers looking ready to poise to go for some objectives. Right guys, we're going to go over to the command cards and we'll be back in a second for those. Right guys, we've got command cards turn 1. I've gone for someone has to save our skins, a nice free pip.
I have gone for, to keep it interesting, I have gone for an entire legion.
That's good, I didn't do my... So, me being blue, I think I have to roll, and it's a shield I get it. And for a change, I don't get it when I roll.
Hey.
So, Adam will have prior to this round, and he's got everyone by looks of things.
I have, yeah.
Okay, we're going to go over to the orders now, guys, and we'll be back in a tick. Right, guys, I've given my orders to this sniper team, commando team up here. Leia herself as well, because you have to, and the other commando team in the woods. Adam was able to activate his entire force, granting a aim to those shore troopers. Yeah. Any other tokens, shenanigans going on?
No. All the other things that trigger off being issued an order are disciplined on the...
Yeah. So do you know which unit you're going with first, Adam?
Yeah, I am going to go with the mortar,
because
having pre-measured some ranges, which we're allowed to do, it's in range currently of those, whatever they are,
commandos.
Pronounced rebel scum.
Yep.
But if they make a move, it might be out. So I'm going to try and suppress them down a bit now, pin them in place, while I can. So
Okay,
that's what we're going to do first.
so we're doing any aims or
Yeah, aim and then shoot, basically.
aim and shoot at the commandos. Okay, guys, over to the dice for the first shot of the game. Right, the mortar is firing at the commandos for 3 white.
Oh, not bad. Now, do I surge? I don't think I surge for anything, so that aim
I
is...
think you've got critical something on your mortar.
If we've got critical 1 on the mortar, let's have a look. Critical 1, yes, I'll keep that.
So you convert that to a crit.
And then
you've
I spend the aim to roll the other one. So, here we go. Take the aim off.
Yep, so cover will take that.
2 crits.
2 saves. Nope, so 2 commandos down. Good start for me.
And 2 suppression. It is suppressive.
Wonderful. Over to my activation. Right, guys, after the commandos have lost 2 of the number to the mortar and taken 2 suppression, I'm going to activate Leia. She's going to use her Inspire 2 to get rid of those suppression counters.
Ooh.
And then we're going to do a bit of movement, and we're back in a second when I've done that. Right, guys, Leia's going to move through the woods there and done a take cover action to give the commandos a dodge. A bit late, but it all helps. And she's giving one to herself as well. And then we've got to do the card action. I go straight onto the commandos, and they're going to shoot those stormtroopers behind those barricades over there before we lose any more of them. Okay, guys, we're also taking an aim. So over to the dice. Right, guys, commandos shooting the stormtroopers in heavy cover. 3 black and 1 white. Ooh, that's a nice one. So I think we surged a hit. Should we go crit fishing, or should we just accept what we've got?
Heavy cover.
Why have I not to go crit fishing?
Now, if you go crit fishing, yeah, you might lose all your hits.
We'll just stick with what we got,
Safety,
guys.
yeah.
Safety and.
I think you'd missed one of them. It might have been worth doing.
Yeah.
But
See if we can knock 2 off.
here we go then.
We can. Pierce 1 knocks 2 off.
Okay.
Right, guys, over to the Imperial activation. Right, Adam, do you know where you're going next?
Yeah, it's going to be the Shore Troopers with still at full strength with the benefit of their aim token.
Yep.
So they're going to move around to this area here, and then they're going to try and put some hurt on that unit that you've got a token on hiding in this building.
The commandos, yep.
Before they get to activate.
Carry on.
Just in case I need to tweak the angle, but we did check this and it should be.
Yeah.
We're easily. There's a bit of play in that as well.
There we go.
Okay, so just cohere the unit.
Right then, we're going to go over to the dice, guys, for his shooting. Right, Adam, the Shore Troopers shooting the commandos in the building, so what have we got for your dice pool?
Oh, we've got 6 black and 2 white with critical 1 and supported by the aim token.
Okay, let's fire away then.
Okay, so...
that's a hell of a lot of surges. Critical 1?
Critical 1, yep, one of them can convert.
And you got 1 hit there.
1 hit there.
Take you want to re-roll some of those?
Yes, well, I'll re-roll these 2 just because I can.
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, that's impressive. Well done. Roll that one again.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
So 2 of those will knock off for cover.
So just 1 goes
Just
through.
1 goes for save.
There's a suppression on you, which is what I was after.
Yep. And see if we can save 1 as well. No, we can't. So 1 commando down, and over to the rebel activation. Right, guys, as the commandos have lost 1 of the number in the building there and gained a suppression token, decided to go over to my stack for my next activation. It is a trooper unit. Just have a quick think about where I'm going, but I think it's going to be one of these 2 down here. Right, guys, over in the back in a moment. Right, guys, decided to activate the unit was here. I did a double move round the side of the barricade and into base contact with the moist evaporator. Ready for next turn when he hopefully do some damage to it. Right, over to the Imperials. And Adam, do you have any idea where you're going next?
Well, let me see.
Is that a no?
No, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes, I know. I'm going to activate Palpatine.
Ooh.
I am going to do a speed 1 move of him, just round to here. Just start moving around there a little bit.
Look at that speed demon.
I know. He's not even doing the full move either.
Oh, he's doing a partial move, so he's doing half of speed 1 move.
Lazy Emperor. Lazy Emperor. I don't want him too far out in either side at the moment. And then
He's an old man.
His second action is going to be to pull the strings and make these guys shoot again at the same target in the building.
Crafty.
Yes.
Okay. Right, guys. Shore Troopers pull it with the strings being pulled, shooting the commandos again.
Thanks, Palpatine.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go. No aim this time, but 2 crits go through.
And a
critical one.
Yep.
So
cover will
actually,
take that.
under the Emperor's influence,
They shoot better.
they shoot better. Yeah. So let's just remove the failures there.
So we've got 3 to save. See what we can do.
And you
save-
hate
oh,
the T21 even more now.
I hate that.
I have a
unit.
feeling he's going to try and kill them.
Yeah. Over to me. Right then, rebel activation, turn 1 in 5, 4, 3. Right guys, after that blow there, we've down to 1 guy and no sniper anymore. I'm going to go to my stack because there's very little point doing him now. We've got a heavy, so I think it's time to get the land speeder moving. Right guys,
Oh god.
Going to do some movement. So let's see where he ends up. So back in a tick once I've done a bit of movement. Alright guys, the land speeder's done a double move. I think the second one was a partial one, just enough to get in the range of those that sniper team there, and see if we can pick them off. And then we're going to unleash the fury on him, see what we get. Okay guys, over to the dice. Right guys, the land speeder's opening up against the snipers, hopefully to get some more hits.
Ooh, that's a lot of dice.
Yeah, so it's a lot of dice rather than 3 dice in the name. We went for all the dice, so let's see what we get. Not a great deal. That's a surge, that'll go to a hit, and we've got 4, so 2 will go through, and
That's enough. They've only got white saves.
Yep.
Let's see, shall we?
So hopefully we can get one of them down to make possibly get rid of that sniper. Oh, both
You
of
got
them.
them both.
Wonderful.
Yep. Well done.
Even better than I was hoping for. Over to the Imperial for their activation. Right, Adam, do you know where you're going next?
Yeah, we've checked a couple of things, and it's going to be these stormtroopers here who are going to move around here and then take some shots at
The
max
Pathfinders.
range at the Pathfinders on the roof there. We've
Okay.
checked lines of sight already, it's all good. Just have to make the move and then do the shooting.
Okay, going to do some movement then, Adam, so
Yeah, so just shift these guys out of the way for a sec.
we'll be back in a second once he's done his movement. Right guys, the stormtroopers have advanced onto the landing pad, and they've spaced themselves out to keep themselves some cover, and they're going to have some shooting up these Pathfinders and some heavy cover for the building. Right, over to the dice. Right guys, we've got all the stormtroopers shooting up the Pathfinders in the building, so we've got 4 white and 2 red, yes?
Yeah, pretty standard stormtrooper loadout here.
Alright, away we go then, see what we get.
Here we go. No aims, no nothing. Just that surge
3
to
hits,
hit.
yep.
So it's going to
two
drop to
will
1.
drop.
There we go.
Right, let's see if, you know what, I'm going to duck and cover it, so I can get extra dice here. It paid off,
It's okay.
so I'm fine, but I've got 2 suppression now. Right guys, over to my activation. Right guys, the Pathfinder's up there with their 2 suppression now, and I'm going back to my stack for the next unit. It's the other heavy, which is the land speeder. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to do a bit of movement, and we'll see where we end up guys. So starting off here, see if we can get some nice shooting on some other units. Okay guys, back in a second. Right guys, the land speeder's moved round here. It's going to take an aim, and we're going to have some shots at those stormtroopers there behind those barricades. And we'll see what we get with the red and black. Right guys, the land speeder's shooting at the stormtroopers in heavy cover with 3 red and 3 black with an aim. See what we get. Ooh, very nice. That'll be a miss because we don't search for anything, but we have 4 hits currently.
Ooh,
And we're going to spend the aim to reroll these 2. Oh, 6. That'll
down to 4. Yeah.
no, down to 5.
Cover. Yeah.
No, down to 4. You're right, down to 4. Can't count.
4 red saves then. It would be enough if I roll badly to wipe the unit.
Roll good, but 1
I
down.
rolled well, so 1 dies.
And over to the Imperials. Right, guys, it's time for the Imperials to activate. Adam, do you know where you're going?
Yeah, well, those guys are hurting, but having looked at what there is left to activate over there, the only unit is your rebel troopers over there, and
Yeah,
they're not going to, unless they do a double move, they won't be in range. If they do a double move, they can't shoot them. So they're actually okay there. We've checked the Emperor's command range, and they're not going to panic.
Yeah.
So you've got a squad of rebels hiding round there.
Yeah, the
Death troopers haven't activated. They could hit them if they come round. So I'm going to activate the Royal Guard and just scoot them forwards a bit and see what happens with yours next.
Okay, guys, just going to give you a quick...
So Royal Guard are here.
We're going to do a little movement, and we'll be back in a second to show you where they end up. Right, guys, the Royal Guard have done a double move around the front of the dome there, looking like they're heading for that objective. They should be renaming themselves the Royal Guard Repair Team. Right, guys, Rebel activation. I think I'm going to go with this commando, and I'm going to have a shot the shore troopers, and I'm going to move away so I can hide.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do some. Well, I'll tell you what. The outcome of the shot's not going to affect where I'm moving to, so I'm just going to do that. We'll have a quick move
Back through the doorway.
back through the doorway.
Yeah. Shooting as he goes.
Well, right, guys. Just realised the commando had 2 suppression on himself, so he has got to roll this before he moves. Clears 1. That's good enough for that. So we're going to shoot as well. So shoot one of those shore troopers. Oh, we hit. So 1 save for the shore troopers.
There we go.
Pow!
Fail.
There we
and
go.
Suppression. There's revenge.
There we go. That's that makes me feel a little bit better, but not much. Okay, guys, over to the Imperials. Right, guys, Adam's going with his saboteur unit.
Yeah.
So he's got his movement tool out there ready, and a movement and a range rule stick there ready poised of what he's planning to do. So, Adam, what are you doing then with these guys?
Right, I'm going to move them out here.
Yep.
Just to here. And then, just for coherency, I'm going to check where the other person is because, 2 tools out at once. There we go.
Yep.
Basically, just going to make sure that the second person in the unit is from many angles still covered by this.
Yeah, still
line of sight blocker.
concealed.
Took me a long time to glue all that foliage on. We're going to get some use out of it.
Yep.
Okay, so he's concealed at maximum concealment distance.
Yep.
And then I've been in 2 mines here. I could drop a bomb here, kind of fairly close to your objective there, and then leave that hanging for a bit. Or I could just shoot with my pistols, which are quite good as well, but there's only one of them that could see. So I don't need to look up their pistols very often. So what is it? 2 black dice, or
You
a
can drop
red
a
and a
bomb.
black that I'd have to wait for. So there's a couple of good things can be done with it, but the whole point of them is to drop bombs. So let's drop a bomb.
Okay, guys.
Yes, it's within range 1, isn't it?
A bomb there.
And that will do. I'm not detonating it at the moment because it's going to sit there and sleep for a bit.
Okay, guys. Over to the Rebels. I think I'm going to go straight to my stacks. So it is the Elites, so it's Pathfinders. We're going to roll 2 things here for suppression now. Remove 1. That's good enough for me. Sorry, guys, that was outshot. Right, guys, going to do a bit of movement or a bit of shooting, and we'll see it back in a second. Right, guys, the Pathfinders managed to keep the stormtroopers in range. They didn't need to move, should I say rather. So we've taken an aim, and we've got a boatload of 9 white dice and 1 red. See what we can get.
Why is the white? This could go either way.
And it's not really going much at the moment because that's terrible. So at the moment,
Surges?
it's going to go to that'll be bounce off cover. So let's have an aim, see if we can get at least some damage through. Nope, just a suppression. Those white dice can be very fickle. Right, guys, over to the Imperials. Right, guys, Adam's decided to activate the stormtroopers behind the barricades.
Yep.
We've got 2 suppression and roll off, so we're going to just do them quickly. So over to that camera. Right, guys, 2 suppression tokens for the stormtroopers to roll off. So let's see what we get. None, so we're down to 1 action.
It's alright, I've already planned out. I planned for every eventuality here, didn't I?
So what are we going for then, Adam?
Right, they are going to obviously stay put and take a DLT shot at your rebel troopers who are by the...
Do you mean the commandos?
The commandos, actually, yes, they're better than the rebel troopers.
Right, so you're going for the commandos.
Going for the commandos with DLT. I don't think the other guy was in range. It was too far, wasn't it?
I think you might be. 2 seconds ago, we were just checking some range. Right, guys, the stormtroopers are definitely in range, so we've got 1 white dice.
White dice as well, yeah.
White dice as well.
No aim, they're suppressed.
2 hits,
no.
cover, because I've got a low profile.
Yep, so nothing but a suppression.
Okay, over to my activation. Right, guys, back to the stack. I know I've only got troopers left, so I'm going to go with the other squad down there. We're going to do a bit of movement, and we'll see where we end up. Right, guys, the rebel troopers have jumped over the barricades. Well, one of them has anyway. We've got into range of that trooper over there, that demolition expert, which I'm going to shoot him. Which may be a bad idea because if I kill him, he might detonate that mine. But we'll have to see what happens, and well, it'd be silly not to shoot him. Right, guys, back in a second. Right, guys, rebel troopers shooting at the saboteurs. We've got 4 black, and we have 2 hits. And thankfully, does he have low profile?
He scout trooper, so he does have low profile. Yeah.
That is the suppression, and so two hits, no damage. Comes off the cover. Okay, guys. Well, he was in heavy cover anyway because we couldn't see one of them. Anyway, not to worry, guys. Over to the Imperials. Right, Adam. I think you've only got the 1 unit left now. Is the Death Troopers? So what are they doing?
Okay. Well, I've had a couple of ideas about what to do then, but I'm going to go with the original plan, which was to move around here and add some extra shots into those rebels on the building. I've somehow managed to fail to kill any of it at the moment, so we'll see what I can do.
Long may it continue.
Let's hope my efforts will be rewarded in a moment. So let's get these guys around here. So furthest forward unit leader, just pop him there, and then go here the others around him.
Yep, we're going to measure some range and we'll be back in a second, guys. Right, guys, the Death Troopers have cohered around there and to get as much cover as they can, and they're going to tap their configuration to get range 4 onto
Range
the Pathfinder.
And suppressive.
Oh, and suppressive as well. Okay, guys, over to the shooting. Right, guys, those Death Troopers shooting up at the Pathfinders in heavy cover. What we got, Adam, for 4 black, 2 red and a white?
That's right, yeah, with suppressive as well, because they've tapped the config.
Okay.
So there we go. No aims, but decent dice pool.
We've got 3 hits so far. Oh,
They
4.
double surge.
Do you
Surge
surge
for both, yeah.
Right, so at the moment, cover
Cover.
will be taking 2 of those.
And
I'm going to use
3.
duck and cover to take an extra suppression counter to get another dice to save with.
Okay.
So we've got 3 to save and an extra 2 for suppression counters so far.
Wow.
Oh, so we need to make 3 saves. We make 1, wonderful, so we lose 2.
Finally, we've got 1 more to them.
But that's another 2 suppression tokens as well, taking us to 4. So, end of the round, and we'll be back in a second with what where suppression is. Right, guys, after that shooting, the Pathfinders are down to 4 with 4 suppression. I was actually wrong, I do have 1 unit left to activate, as Adam helpfully pointed out just before we...
They've been hiding from our Death Troopers.
Yeah, so we've got this unit behind here, and we'll do a bit of movement, see where I can go, and we'll be back in a second to let you know what happened. Right, guys, the Rebels did a double move to get behind that wrecked spaceship and onto the objective token. So that is the last activation, so we're going to go down and remove some suppression. So the commando is losing 1, so is the other commando, and the Pathfinders are going to take 1 off as well.
I have 1 to remove here.
Yeah, so...
My other 2 units that have suppression, unit leader is just off cover there, and unit leader is out.
Yeah, and same for the saboteurs. Right, guys, over to round 2, up to the command cards. Right, guys, I've gone for coordinated bombardment for a 1 pip.
Okay, I've gone for a 2 pip. I have gone for give in to your anger.
Okay, do you know who you nominate, or is that later?
Before an opponent would activate their first unit, so it is before you nominate your first unit.
Activate, so it's in a second. Okay, guys, we're going to place our tokens down and we'll think about what we're doing. Right, guys, I would like to activate Leia first, but I don't think Adam's going to let me. So, Adam, who am I activating?
No, Palpatine is going to make your lone trooper on the building there who's hiding from me activate first.
Okay, and if he doesn't...
give in to his anger.
He's going to have to give in to his anger. Let's see if we can pop up under a shore troop before we get too cross with ourselves. Right, guys, I'm going to do a bit of movement and we'll be back in a second. Right, as the man suggested, I've run to the window. And we're going to see if we can see if we can make lightning strike twice and pop off another shore trooper. Right, guys, back in a second. Right there, guys, the rebel commando's going to shoot one of those shore troopers. With a sharpshooter 1, see if we can pick one off. We can, it's a critical. We didn't even need sharpshooter 1.
Is
so
it pierce?
No.
Okay, here we go, the save.
Yay, we got 1!
Oh, you got 1, yeah. Nice. No
I gave in to my anger and I killed somebody. Right, guys, over to the Imperials. Right, Adam, what are you doing for your activation?
Right, it's the Emperor. He is going to move around this way. We've checked rangers already.
Yep.
Let's bit dull to do it on camera, isn't it? So we're just going to sit around here, again behind the hard cover. Again, we've checked this. He's then going to pull the strings as a second action onto the scout troopers there.
Yep.
Who are going to perform a move. Just this way.
Run.
And then as their second action, they're going to detonate. Well, not a second action, but because
at the end of their action, they're going to do detonate.
Yeah, so they're going to detonate.
Okay, guys, we're going to go up to the dice to do some because both the commandos and the rebel troopers are in range of that mine. So we're back into the dice to see what happened. Right, guys, the detonation for the charge is hitting the rebel troopers and the commandos. So which one are you doing first?
I'll do the rebel troopers first.
Okay.
Here we go. So rebel troopers.
Yay!
Nothing.
Got away. Not even suppression.
Okay, well, let's don't trust those dice to do that again. So rebel commandos.
Yep.
Here we go.
Just the one.
Just the one. It is blast, so it ignores your cover.
So let's see what we get. We don't save. We're down to 2.
And 2 suppression.
2 suppression as well. So over to my activation. No, over to my activation.
I didn't think I was going to hit 2 units with it. So
okay, guys,
there.
back in attack. Right, guys. After the commandos lost another guy and 2 suppression, now we're going to go with Leia. We're going to have to do a little bit of movement so we can then drop some bombs down on people. So, and Palp's nice to come into view, so we might drop some bombs onto his head as well. Right, I'm going to do a bit of movement for Leia and see where we end up. Right, guys, Leia has huffed it out of cover. Probably might be, she might regret it later. She's told the commandos and the rebel troopers to take cover, even though the mine's already gone off. And now she's
too late, Leia,
she managed
too
to
late.
get herself at the range where I can hit the those pesky saboteurs, Palpatine, and the mortar with the bombardment thing. So we're going to go do that now. So let's see what we kill. Right, guys. So we've got 3 targets to hit with the coordinate bombardment. We're going to start off with the mortar.
Yep.
See what we get. Aha, 2 hits, so 2 saves for the mortar.
Right, no surges, red dice. There we go.
So, and you saved both of them.
Fine. So just suppression, is it?
Yep.
There we go.
See if we can do some damage to the Emperor. Yep, 2 hits on the Emperor. Right, we've got 2 hits on the Emperor, so we need 2 saves.
The Emperor's red as well, but he surges.
Oh, 2 fails.
No,
Lovely. But
But there's Guardian nearby.
you need to do that before you roll your saves.
Ah, oh, do I? Okay.
Yeah. Right, and so
Didn't read that. Okay, fair enough.
we've got the then we've got on the saboteurs. We've got 2 hits on saboteurs. So
Okay.
2 saves for sabs. 2 saves, well done.
Okay, just suppression for that.
So not what I wanted, but we'll take 2 damage on Palps. Makes his Death Blossom later a bit less effective, thankfully. Okay, guys, over to the Imperials. Right, Adam, do you know what you're doing next? Are you in Royal Garden or are you going to the bag?
I'm going to the bag.
Going to the bag.
Guard
Going
can
to the
wait.
bag.
Keep the tension up.
Yep.
When are they going to? Will they? Won't they? And it is Special Forces. Oh, the choice here.
So you've got a choice of 3, haven't you? So do you know what you're doing, or do you want to? No, maybe not.
I think. Yeah, I'll have to think about it for a second.
Okay, back in. Right, Adam, have you made a decision? Which unit you're going for?
I had just said off camera Death Troopers, and I was umming and ahhing about this, but actually, I am going to go back to my Sabs.
Okay.
Because again, the key factor here is that they're, one good hit on them, they're both gone. So I'm going to do stuff with them while they're alive.
Righto. So what we're doing then?
Well, firstly, they are courage 2, but I've got 2 suppressions, so I'm going to see if I can roll that off.
All right, just going to roll it
Should do
down
that
there.
out in the open here. Yep.
Nope,
No,
no.
they don't roll it off. So 1 action. So what they're likely to do then is, I don't really have a clear shot at people at the moment. So what I'm going to do is probably throw another mine,
Okay.
and that is going to be probably through the gap there.
Yep.
So I'm landing it just.
Inside the that's it. Point in the right direction. Yep. Inside the wreck. Yep.
Yep. So just there where I can see it there. Now, as the likelihood is, white saves blast. Do I want to detonate it now? Do I want to wait until later? Let's see. I'll get cover from that, won't I?
It's blast, so you won't.
No, I won't. So, see, no, I think... Again, I think I'm just going to leave it there and just have it threatening until later.
Right, guys. It's going to be my activation next then. See what we get from the stack. It's a trooper unit, so I'm going to have a think about which one I want to use and we'll be back in a tick. Right, guys, I've decided to activate the unit on the objective here. We're going to take a dodge and we're going to sabotage and stick another token on there. So we're up by 1 now, and that'll be their action done. So, Adam, do you know what you're doing?
I think I'm going to go to the bag again.
Okay, over to the bag, see what we get.
Let's go. Okay, so...
What we got? We've got a trooper.
Unit.
A core unit, should I say?
Core unit, yes. So...
Do you know which core unit you're going with, Adam, or do you want the moment?
I think I will likely go with the shore troopers. Just...
Yep,
again,
so we've got 2 suppression to roll off there.
2 suppression to roll off. Here's the dice here, so I'll aim for this.
Yeah, over here somewhere. So we've got one of them's got one of them's off. Yep.
Okay, so they're going to take a shot, obviously. I think they will. Anyway, let's have a look at where they are. Yeah, they'll. Let me see what can you leader see.
You can see the rebel troopers, or you can see the commando.
The lone commando up there who's already activated.
So keep picking one off one by one.
I think the big unit is the rebels. They've both activated already, so there's nothing in it on that card. So I'm going to go for the larger unit because I've got a bigger potential killing stuff.
Okay, so he's going for the rebel troopers. We're over to the dice, guys. Right, guys, those nasty shore troopers are shooting at my rebel troopers in some hard cover. See what we get.
Yeah, here we go. So critical one.
Surge to it. Oh, it's crits, isn't it? Oh,
critical. So just 2 crits there.
My dodge doesn't do nothing against that. So 2 saves.
Lovely.
Ah, we saved 2. Wonderful.
Suppression then.
Yep. So just one suppression token and over to the rebels. Right, guys, the rebels troopers got the suppression token on there, managed to survive that round of shooting. Back to the stack, and we have special forces. Oh, I think we might go with the commandos before they get picked on a bit more. I'm gonna have a quick think, and we'll be back. Tell you what come back to show what I've done. Okay, guys, back in a second. Right, guys, I've decided what to do with these commandos. We're gonna take an aim, and we're gonna fire the rifle gunner at the. Let's point in the right direction at the saboteurs, and we're gonna snipe at those stormtroopers over there behind the barricades. So hopefully we'll pick one of those off because we want to get rid of that pesky DLT. Right, guys, over to the dice and see what happens. Right, guys, the rebel commandos are opening up. I think we'll start with the stormtroopers with the sniper rifle in the cover. See what we get. We've got 2 hits. I'll be happy with that. One will bounce. I've got sharpshooter, 1 reduces your cover by 1, so it's just the 1 which will pierce.
Okay, so 1 stormtrooper
is dead.
Unit, which is
DLT is dead.
And the unit leader will magically disappear in one place
and reappear
in the other, and take an extra suppression for his troubles.
Yes. So and then we'll see if we can get with that saboteur as well. We can. So it will be a save. Right, guys. That's 1 hit on the saboteur. So we've got a white dice save for them. See if we can pick one off.
There's no cover, is there?
Sharpshooter. Ooh, good question. 2
sharpshooter
seconds until we need to check the cover.
Light cover would go to heavy, but sharpshooter.
Just need to check the cover, guys. 2 seconds. Right, guys. After that little bit in R-in, they are actually in heavy cover because of the crashed spaceship. So we're only going to knock it down by 1, which would make that shot bounce off. So I was umming and ahhing whether or not to leave it on for a suppression or not, but I figured in for a penny, in for a pound, we're going to go for a crit fish. Ah, never mind. So
you don't get a 3rd suppression.
No suppression and no wound. So over to the Imperials.
All or nothing.
Right, guys, it's Imperial activation time. Adam, are you going for the Royal Guard? Or are you going for a bag? Going to the bag.
Well, I own something we discovered earlier where we've the Guardian for the Royal Guard specifically says line of sight. Probably in the rule reference guide as well. But at the moment, they're not in line of sight of PAL. So I'm going to move them around. But put them in such a way, we worked at any person, it wasn't just unit leader, was it?
Yeah, but so as far as we can tell, it's base contact, unless it's been changed and we haven't seen it. So
So what I'm going to do is move the squad around in such a way that the unit leader is about here, where we checked the range earlier, so they can take some shots through there.
Yep, so you're gonna...
And get a guy in on that as well, so that they can be in line of sight of the PAL. and take shots and, you know,
Yeah.
ready to influence our objective later.
Make an impact to the battle. So we're going to do a bit of movement and we're back in a tick to show what happened. Right guys, the Royal Guards have moved around there to keep a bit of line of sight on the Rebel Troopers here, and some line of sight to Palp to help him if he gets shot again. So, and they're also going to shoot these Rebel Troopers in the cover, and we're back in a tick for that shooting. Right guys. Right guys, those Royal Guards are shooting at the Rebel Troopers in cover. We do have a dodge token should it come to it, so let's see what happens.
A lot of black dice here. Here we go.
Okay. Is that 4 or that's 5?
5.
So
hits. I don't think they have any special keywords there. Just some very good shots.
I'm going to take 1 away for a dodge and 2 away for cover, so that'll be leave 2 saves to Nake. Oh, I saw some paint there, and
that was the maximum.
Quickly went away, so there's 2 gone.
That was the maximum I could kill with line of sight being blocked completely to the other 2. So
yep, so a suppression counter and 2 dead. So over to my action. Right, guys. After the Rebel Troopers lost 2 of the number there, they've got the dodge back to the nimble and an extra suppression for the troubles. It's time to go to my stack and let's see what we got. Special forces. And I think I've only got the one option for that because the commandos have already been, haven't they? Yeah, they have. So it's the Pathfinders over there. I'm going to have a little bit of ponder and see what we're going to do about that. So I'll be back in a second. Right, guys, the Pathfinders have got some special to roll off. We got Rally 1 as well from POW, so I might take 1 off for that as well. But let's see how many we can get off and see what we'll keep. So we're taking 1 off for that, and we'll take. Yeah, I want 2 actions, so I'll leave, obviously, I'll take those 2 off, 1 for Rally and 1 for the Rally Step, or Inspire 1, should I say, and now we're going to do some shooting. We'll have an aim, and we'll a quick thing about who wants to die first. Right, guys, after a bit of and ahhing about units in cover and which wasn't in cover and whatever, I've decided to shoot the Death Troopers, as there's no the Death Troopers aren't in cover, but the Stormtroopers are, even though they've got better saves than the Stormtroopers. So we're taking a aim as well, and we're shooting at range. See what we get. That is another terrible roll, guys. The Pathfinders are not pulling away at the moment. So
to failure.
Yeah, so we've got 2 hits so far.
They surged to hit today.
They surged it, yeah. Nice. So spreading the aim to re-roll that.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We've got 4 hits. So that's could have been better, but could have been a lot worse.
Okay, so 4 red dice. Any pierce? Any?
No shenanigans on the shooting there.
Okay, so these are.
We've already done. And we get 1.
Get 1.
There we go. I'll be happy with that. Right, over to the Imperial activation, guys. Right, guys. After that Death Trooper went down, we've got an suppression added there. Adam's going to his bag. So what we get?
So look, it's all I've got left now is the bag. So we have Special Forces.
Special Forces,
which I believe is going to be the Death Troopers.
Yeah.
So
see if we can get some
the
revenge.
Death Troopers, revenge shot. So I don't think I'm going to bother moving them. They're Courage 2. Let's just see if they roll off this.
Although he's in your, which one's your leader?
Unit leader's there.
You might not be in range from unit leader, so you might have to move.
Did you move, you guys?
No, because you've got a guy further forward than unit leader. Yeah, unless you're in.
Unless I recover and.
You're recovering and.
Okay, but I'm just going to see whether I roll.
Oh yeah, let's see if we roll it off.
But I'm Courage 2, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I do.
You roll it off in, so it's two actions. Are you moving, or are you tapping and shooting?
I'm going to tap and shoot at them. I think.
Tap and shoot. Okay, guys, over to the dice. Right, guys, those Death Troopers are shooting at the Pathfinders in cover with some suppression. We're going to go 2 red, 3 black, and a white for that one with suppression.
Yeah,
suppressive even, should I say? Ooh,
so,
that's quite nasty. That
3
is.
crits going through. Surge to hit, which will bounce off the cover, and the other hit will bounce off.
So they go for cover.
Crits just count basically.
I'm going to duck and cover to get an extra 2 dice again to the save pool. So we've got 3 to roll, or rather 3 to save, and we've saved 1. Wonderful. 2 more dead. And another 2 suppression, so up to 4. There's not many Pathfinders left.
Good. How we like it.
Right, guys, over to the Rebels. Right guys, there's only 2 Pathfinders left now, before suppression up there, so we're back to the stack as well, so let's see what we get. Trooper unit, I think we're going to have to go with the most boring one and go over here. We're going to sabotage and then we're going to see what we got left to do after that. We've already got a dodge and I don't think a second one's going to make much difference. Right, the Rebel Troopers have done a sabotage action to take that up to 3 counters there. And then they're going to follow up with a shoot action against those saboteurs. And hopefully pick one off. Okay guys, we're going to go over to the dice. Right guys, those Rebel Troopers are shooting those saboteurs. See what we get. We get 2 hits, one of which is a crit thankfully, so it'll go through the cover to 1 save. And we've killed one.
It is, so another suppression on and one of them dead. So that is going to be the guy
who's not the leader.
At the front.
Okay guys, over to the Imperials. Right guys, after we took that one of those saboteurs off and put suppression on, Adam's back to his bag. See what we're getting.
Okay, I am going to pull out. It's a troop.
It's a true core unit.
Core unit. Yeah,
so do we know where we're going, Adam, or do you want to a moment?
Well, I've only got 2. I've got 3 to pick from, but the suppression is an issue as well. So I've got 1 unit that's completely suppression free. So I think I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm gonna start moving these guys forward. I think this unit here. So I've already thought about this a bit. Basically, just gonna start moving them up here. No point exposing myself to any danger, so I'm just going to put the unit leader there.
In contact with the objective, eh?
Yeah.
Are we doing? Are we shooting, or are we going to do a repair?
We are going to do a repair. So I'm just going to cohere the others behind the barricades, just to keep them, safely protected.
Safe from safe.
Yeah. So just
safety first. Remember safety in the workplace, guys.
Yeah. Health and safety.
Yep.
There we go. And then.
And wear your hard hat while you're repairing.
There we go.
Okay.
There, done.
Okay guys, over to my activation, going to my stack, and it is a heavy unit. I must have a moment to think which my speeders I'm going to do, and we'll be back in a moment. Right guys, we decided to go for the land speeder. I'm going to do a bit, it's compulsory move and come back to you in a second because I can't really do it with holding the camera. Right guys, back in a second. Right guys, we've had to do a double move to get in range of Palp, to give some nice shooting against him. He is in heavy cover, unfortunately, but can't resist it. So we'll have to do a bit of shooting against Palpatine, see if we can get a bit more damage through. Right, guys, the land speeder is shooting at Palpatine in hard cover. We've got a rainbow for the rocket launcher, 2 white dice for Splemo, and 4 for black dice for medium blaster. Oh, that is terrible.
That shout of pain. I didn't see
it.
There,
well, we've got 4 hits. And a lot of misses.
So is that no aim because you had to extra move?
Yes, but we've got two hit go through after cover's bit taken off.
Right. Well, Guardian's gonna deal with that. So I'm gonna do
Guardian. Buff. Are you doing both onto the Royal Guard?
I'm gonna do 1 onto the Mortar, 1 onto the Royal Guard.
Okay. Who are you rolling first?
Mortar. I'll do
it
that
was
again.
A fail.
Well, yeah, fail. We'll take it. I'll just take my fault for not rolling straight. And this is on the Royal Guard.
That's a fail as well.
2 fail, but the suppression goes on the Emperor. Correct. The original target. So suppression on the Emperor and a wound on the Imperial Guard, the Royal Guard, and a wound on the
as he ducks and say, Jesus, that was close. Right.
Give an emperor voice there.
Yes.
Whoever, Jesus, Space Jesus.
Oh, that was close. Yes.
Yoda. He prays to Yoda.
Oh, yes. Okay, guys, on to the Imperials. Right, guys,
it's feeling very light.
Imperial activation time for round 2 again. So, Adam, back to your bag again.
Well, it's either a Mortar or that lone Stormtrooper.
Let's see who it is.
Oh, well, it's a Trooper one. So, I think, well, yeah, I've not got a load of options here. So, I'm going to do the Mortar. Let's do the Mortar. Let's see if it rolls off its suppression.
Yep.
Let's do that on camera over here in the middle.
Yep, okay, let's do that. Yes, you do.
Does,
so full activation.
So it's going to aim
well, we've got full activation anyway, but carry on.
So it'll be aim and shoot, I think.
Who are we aiming and shooting at?
Well, I'll just check some ranges and
okay,
we'll get back to you on that one.
Back in a second. Right, guys. Adam, what's your mortar shooting? Is it shooting?
It's going to go for your commando unit.
The Rebel Commandos. Okay, so we're over to the dice, guys. Right, guys. The mortar's shooting the Commandos. They're in heavy cover because of low profile. We've got a dodge, and he has an aim. So
yeah, I'm going crit fishing here because there we go. So that'll do nicely. I'll spend.
Would you stop doing that?
You tell the dice what you want beforehand, and they sometimes provide. Okay,
Right.
well that one's gone.
That
But
one's
the two
gone.
crits from the original roll.
Yeah, so 2 saves. See if we can save the sniper. No, we can't save either of them. Both dead.
Excellent.
Bye-bye commandos.
Well
Okay,
done, Walter.
guys, over to my activation. Right, guys, after that that hammer blow, yep, I'm over to my stack. See what we get. Troopers again. So it is this unit over here. I think we might do a bit of advancing and maybe a bit of shooting. So back in a second, guys. Right, guys. The rebel troopers have advanced there for one of their action and seeing his life is in danger. The saboteur decided to detonate his bomb.
I think he is just in range of his own bomb there. There was a chance he wasn't, but I think he is. So we'll play it as though he is. But I'm going to detonate because I think he's going to die anyway in a second. So I'd love him to.
Right then, so let's see what happens. So detonate away. So let's go over to the dice.
Okay.
Right, guys, that bomb's going off. So let's roll for the
So this is
the
against
saboteur,
you.
or we're doing against me.
This is against you, yep. So
Do we surge to crit or surge to hit or something like that on the bomb?
because that is on the card itself. It surges to crit.
Right, so it's got blast anyway, so it's irrelevant against.
No cover shenanigans. He's
Oh,
only
we
range
are
one.
only one guy in range, guys. So
Still, if this is his last stand, he's going to make something of it.
yeah,
Hopefully.
so let's see if we can save any of these. No, we can't. But thankfully, due to range, there's only one guy dying. But
Okay,
he's off the
now,
objective.
unfortunately, I am caught in this range as well.
Yep. So you got to see if
This
you
is
hit
potentially a suicide thing. So do you want to roll against me as it's
red and black.
red and black? Yep.
Just the one hit.
So I'm going to take one save. Here we go.
Ah,
No, two. I die. 2 suppression to you, and a rebel die. So I took one with me.
Okie dokie. I'm going to see what the options are now, guys. So back in a second. Right, guys. After that little bomb claimed 2 lives, we are now able to shoot the Royal Guard instead. So we're going to have got 4 black over there to see what happens, and we're back in a second. Right, guys. The rebel troopers shooting the Royal Guard. 4 black. Oh, 3 hits.
Okay.
No cover to speak of, so just 3 saves, please.
3 red saves. Here we go. Okay, so
Do we surge to save?
I don't know if they surge to save. I've never had to look it up.
So-
they do not have any surges at all. So,
So one guy is dropped finally, so
yep,
because of
so
wound,
one of them dies. He's already taken a wound. So
and another
this guy-
suppression.
And a suppression.
Yep,
Which is the
over to
only one
the
I take.
Imperial go now. Right, guys. After we took one of those Royal Guard down, it's over to Admiral for his last unit from his bag, which is that lone
It
Stormtrooper.
is, yeah, just for completeness. There we go.
So how many?
Let's take
How much suppression we got to roll
He's
off
got
there?
3 suppression at the moment, so
Alright,
should we roll them off here?
Over here somewhere. Oh, he's run off none of
One
them,
action.
and he is.
He should still be in range of Palp, so
Oh, he should
bomb
be. I
him.
think he's in there.
Let's
Yeah.
just check, because I was very careful to check these ranges, and Palpers, if anything, moved closer to where he was.
Yeah, you're easy. You're
Yeah,
in.
so he's fine.
Do you know what you're doing?
I for impact grenades right now, but no, I don't. So, although his combat attack is black dice instead, I mean, I was considering just walking up to that tank and punching it, but I've only got 1 attack, so it's a shooting. And I mean, quite literally, there's only 1.
Oh, to be honest, it'd be more
I might
effective for
take a
you to
recover.
walk up and attack me.
I can't. I've only got 1 action.
Oh yes.
So
Sorry.
I think I'm actually going to take a recover and just stay put.
Okay.
Clear those all off.
Wonderful. And I'm over to my last token in the bag, or the stack should I say, which is the other speeder. So, got a compulsory move to do, guys, and I'll see where I end up. Right, guys, back in a second. Right, guys, I've had to do a double, a compulsory move and then a partial move. And we brought Palpatine in range. We're going to unload onto him and see if we can hopefully take him out on board, perhaps someone in his vicinity. Okay, guys, over to the dice. Right, guys, that land speeder's going to unload on the Emperor. See if we can win the war early. So 3 black and 3 red. See what we get. It's not the best, but it's not. Could be a lot worse. So 2 will go down to cover. Leave 2 on, and I'm assuming you're going to guardian those off somewhere.
Yeah, I think I'll do the trick I did before of one to the mortar.
One to mortar, one to the Royal Guard. So who's taking the win
Mortar
first?
first,
He's fine.
and then the Royal Guard next.
He's also
They're
fine.
also fine, and a suppression on the Emperor.
Okay, guys, and over to the. That's your last one, isn't it? So-
I'm out. Yeah, you must
So-
be.
Over. That's it. So onto the command cards, guys. Right, guys, it's round 3 now. Command card time. So let's see what we've gone for. I've gone for No Time for Sorrows for a 2-pip.
Okay. And I have gone to coordinated fire while I've got the core units.
Yep. So
Cool
I will
units.
get in the priority this round, and I'll get speed 1 move on the 2 trooper units. I get to give. I give my orders to. Right, guys. I'm gonna go give some orders, and then we'll do that speed 1 move, and I'll be back for that. Right, guys. I've issued my orders to this lone trooper over here, and Leia. Adam's gone for his Royal Guard.
The Royal Guard's entourage, so they're not there, just extra. I've gone for the Stormtroopers over here. Gone for the Shore Troopers over here who get a name token for it. We checked the rules for coordinating things, and we decided that we're going to treat it, rightly or wrongly, I think we're right in saying this, it has to be the unit leader.
Yep.
Range 1 for it. That's how we're playing it. Tell us if we're wrong. So I had a choice of issuing an order to this without coordinating, or issuing one to this lone guy over here. I'd far rather have a token out on the mortar, so that's what I've chosen to do. So that means that I've got the 1 trooper in my stack with some Death Troopers and the Emperor. So there's a 1 in 3 chance I might, if I pull from the stack, I pull a unit that...
I've got some speed 1 moves to do, guys, just before we do actual proper activations, so we'll do that in a second, and we're back to see where we end up. Right, guys, we did a bit of shenanigans there with the movements. Move that Rebel Trooper a bit closer to Leia, because hopefully get somebody that's some pressure so he don't end up running off. And move Leia a bit further forward so I can get some guidance on him. So I'm going to go with Leia now. I'll measure this here, so we're in range 2, so we're going to take 2 of those suppressions away for Inspire. And then we're going to tell someone to get... I think we'll tell those 2 Rebel Troopers in the woods to take cover, to give them a dodge each. And then we might have a move, so I'm going to just see where I end up in a second, guys, so I'll be back when I've moved again. Right, guys, after giving the 2 dodges there to those 2 Rebel Trooper units, Leia's done a bit of a move over here to contribute to the actual battle ongoing, and it's over to the Imperials. Adam, do you know what you're doing, or are you going to go to your bag?
I am going to have a think about it for a second.
Okay. Right, Adam, do you know what you're doing now then?
Yeah, we're going to activate the Stormtroopers. We've checked, and the unit leader is in range 3 of those 2 up there.
Yep.
So I see no reason to move them from what's a pretty good position. So
Going to aim and shoot, are we?
aim and shoot. Yep,
Okay,
so
up
just,
at the Pathfinders.
there.
Okay, guys,
Pathfinders,
over
yeah.
to the dice. Right, guys, full unit of Stormtroopers shooting the Pathfinders.
Supported with an aim. Here we go. Okay,
So we've got a hit and a crit so far.
okay, well, the likelihood of getting anything, let's just roll these 2. Precise.
Yep, these 3.
Stormtroopers, actual Stormtroopers using. Okay,
Nope, so
not so precise.
that'll bounce off the
Nothing
cover.
is less precise than Imperial Stormtrooper.
So I've currently got 3 suppression, and I've got 1 save to make, so thankfully we've got 1 paint. So that's another
suppression.
suppression, but still 2 guys there. Right, guys, over to the Rebel activation. Right, guys, after that save there for the Pathfinders, he's passed on his aim tokens from the Stormtroopers to the Death Troopers, and I'm going to my stack. So let's see what we've got. Troopers, and we're going to go with the one at the front there. We're going to sabotage again, and I think we might have another shot at those Royal Guards. So I think we're still in range because we haven't moved. Yep. So over to the dice for that. Right, guys, those Rebel Troopers at the Royal Guard in the open. 4 black. Ooh, 3 hits.
Okay, here we go then. 3 defense, 3 reds.
2 failed.
2
1
failed,
dropped.
1 dropped. I'm going to take the Electro Staff off because nothing in your force has melee pierce. So there we go.
Aww. Right, guys, over to the Imperials. Right, Adam, are you going for one on your table, or are you going to your bag?
I'm going to go to the bag.
Okay.
See what the bag brings. It brings us the Emperor.
Brings us the Emperor, wonderful.
Brilliant.
Does the Emperor know what he's doing?
He knows one of the things. He's going to be doing some string pulling in a second. It's just what else he's going to do.
Whose strings he's going to pull?
Well, firstly, actually, I've forgotten to do this on the first 2 turns. I'm going to tap Force Reflexes now.
Okay, so you got a dodge
he's
counter.
got a dodge. Then he is going to move forwards because it's time he started moving. So none of his saves have been due to cover anyway. They've all been guardianed off. So he might as well move forwards now. It's time to start making that push with him. So he'll move forwards over his limping with his wounds. He can walk straight over there because he's speed 1. He doesn't care. He has actually. I should roll his suppression as well, but he's got 4 courage, so it really doesn't make any difference whatsoever. I'll do that in a second. And pulling the strings is going to pull onto the shore troopers and make them take a move action.
Okay.
So they'll just take that move action now. And the shore troopers, because I looked at the shores earlier and thought there's nothing they can see at the moment, so they're just going to go to a more
Advantageous position.
Yes, exactly. So they're just going to belt it over here and hope that your big tanky things don't activate next. So there we go. They are over
There.
here now. I'll just
Okay.
cohere them as far forward as I possibly can. And then we'll see if the Emperor does actually roll off any of his suppression. If he doesn't, never mind. There we go.
There we go. Just want to. Here's 2 dice.
Okay, here we go. Spencer here. He doesn't roll either of them off, but he doesn't care about it either.
Okie dokie, guys. Over to my activation from my stack. It's an elite choice. I think we're going to go for the Pathfinders. So we've got four suppressioners at the moment. So I'm going to roll them here. We haven't rolled any more. Wonderful. We're going to inspire one off ourselves. That'll leave us free. And we've got the 1 activation, so I think we'll just have to shoot at those stormtroopers. Right, guys, over to the dice. Right, guys, the Pathfinder shoot the stormtroopers. They're in heavy cover, so let's see what we can do. 1 hit, which will bounce off the cover. So just a suppression, and that's over to Adam's go. Right, guys, Imperial activation for round 3. What are you doing, Adam?
Right. Complete their run for it here with the shore troopers.
Yep.
You're going to activate and they are going to move again. So let's see. Yeah, they'll do it around there. So basically they're just going to sort of head around the corner as fast as they can towards that objective. So I can take wounds back off it, can't I?
Yeah, you can.
So just head around there. Stick him there behind the heavy cover. Cohere them slightly around him there. Just again, it's range from him, so it doesn't really matter where this range 4 gun might have it, regardless. So just stick him in under there, and then that's their move. I'm going to see if I can take a range 4 shot at them. Maybe even, don't think range 3. That was on the extremes from the stormtroopers' point of view. So
Yeah.
see if range 4 can have it. If not, then I shall take a dodge instead. So let's see, I have got range 4 on them, so I will take, I've actually got range 3, I think, from the...
Yeah, you are.
Yep, so they are going to take shots at them then, with an aim.
Okay, over to the Pathfinders and over to the dice. Right, after that little move, guys, the shore troopers end up there, but they didn't manage to roll off their suppression, so no further actions. Like that, so I'm over to my stack. Special forces, so it is the lone gunner.
Lone gunman.
He's going to shoot at those shore troopers down there, see if we can go 3 for 3. Right, guys, over to the dice. Right, guy, that commando's shooting down at a shore trooper. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3. We've had a chance to aim. We've missed. Still missed, never mind.
No suppression.
No suppression, the dream is over. Right, guys, over to the Imperials. Right, Adam, do you know what you're doing for your next activation?
Yeah, it's going to be the Royal Guard. Right. So, firstly, 2 suppression on them.
Yep.
So you remember to roll it off this time and not mess up each turns. So
Yeah,
there
over
we
there
go.
somewhere. That's
One
one.
off and 1 still there. They
Okay.
don't care though because they're courage 2. So now that is actually quite useful because they can do 2 things instead of just 1.
Okay, do you know what you're doing with those 2?
I do, yes. They're going to start influencing the game state by healing the moisture thing. I think. Let's just have a look though because you have range 2 shooting and they are pretty good shots. So might be worth just getting them a bit further forward and then maybe from this position here shooting at something or maybe getting them further. And don't think I can perform a move and get them out to those rebel scum there, but maybe I could get a shot round the corner, get a line of sight to this guy here. So no, it'd be a range issue as well, but perhaps I can do it. Let's have a look. I get out there, yes I could. I mean there would be some heavy cover I think because of but yes I'll move it there to have the option. We'll see that in a second.
And you leave one guy behind the vaporator. Oh, you're not?
Well, I wouldn't be able to heal it this turn anyway, but yes, I'm going to leave one guy touching there.
Yep.
And then I think that is only one person that can see now, I don't think. I'm not sure he can see it through those holes there.
Okie dokie. We're going to go over to the dice and Adam if you're doing some shooting.
What
are you going to do?
That rebel's not activated yet. So yeah, I'll try some shots at him, see if I can put some suppression on him.
Okay, okay.
So
Right,
2 black.
over to the dice then. Right, guys, the Royal Guard shooting at that rebel trooper in hard cover, so 2 black dice because only one can see. 1 hit
Goes for
and
cover,
a bounce
but
off for
there's
cover.
suppression to be had for the...
Takes into free suppression though, guys.
Yeah.
Right, guys, we're going to go to my stack for the next activation. As tempting it would be to return fire to those Royal Guard, I think we're going to save that for later. See what we've got. We've got a heavy. I think it's going to be the land speeder, the air speeder rather, should I say, and we're going to see if we can pull off some shenanigans with that objective token. Okay, guys, back in the tick. Right, guys, that land speeder's done its compulsory move, and it's displaced those Royal Guards away from that vaporator, thankfully. We're having a name for our first action, and for the second one, we're going to shoot these shore troopers in heavy cover. Let's see if we can take a few off, and we'll go over to the dice. Right, guys, the airspeed is shooting to those shore troopers. I've got an aim here, 3 red and 3 black, and we need to roll that because it doesn't surge. Nope, so that misses, and we'll have 2 bounce off for cover, which will leave 3.
3, okay, that is enough to hurt them. So let's have a look what we can do.
All saved.
Suppression, no. So there we go.
Right, guys, on to the next unit. Right, Imperial activation. Adam, do you know what you're doing now?
Yeah, it is going to be the mortar,
Yep.
which is going to activate, take an aim, and then it's going to bombard. We checked this earlier. The nearest of the 2 rebel trooper units hiding out there
in
is
this
the one that's in
forest,
range.
Yep.
The other one isn't, so we're
Okay, so we're aim and shoot, and we're over to the dice. Okay, guys. Right, guys, the mortar's shooting at the rebel troopers in the woods with an aim. 3 white dice. Critical 1.
Okay, well,
And
there
it's
goes
a
the
critical.
Yeah.
So just the 1 save.
Spend the aim.
Oh, funny, sorry, my bad. My bad.
I'll punish you by hitting again now.
You end up these blooming
will do.
criticals.
Obviously, I can't use that for critical now, so that just goes, I think.
Yep.
There we go, so just 2.
2 saves then.
Yep.
I would save 1, so 1 of those troopers is down.
And
over
2
to-
suppression.
Oh, and that's
Suppressive.
my next go then. Right, guys, I'm going to continue going to the bag, or rather the stack, for this activation. And, excuse me, it is the heavy again, so it's the land speeder over there. We're going to do a bit of compulsory move and we'll see where we end up. Right, guys, the land speeder's done a bit of a sharp turn here and is bringing some guns to bear. I think we might pick on the Royal Guard actually. The missile launcher's just got enough range there to be able to shoot the mortar without being too close. So we're going to go over to see. We're going to take an aim and we'll go over to the dice. Right, guys, we've decided to change our mind for the targets. I've noticed that Palpatine is just within arc, so we're going to unload everything we can at Palpatine and the rocket at the mortar team, which is probably going to get guardian anyway after these guys. So we'll see what happens and see if we actually do any wounds. Right, over to the dice this time. Right, guys, we've got Splemo and the medium blaster at Palpatine. We'll do that first, see if we do, and might maybe spend some aims. We surge to hit. And don't want to spend that for. Yeah, let's spend it for that one. No, never mind. We've got 5, Adam. I take it you want to farm some off. One critical.
Emperor's dodge.
Emperor's dodge gone. Yep.
Yeah. Critical can't be Guardian, can it?
No.
And then Guardian 2 on the Royal Guard and Guardian 1 on the
Mortar.
On the mortar. Yep. So
okay, so mortar.
Mortar is taking 1. Here we go.
Takes it.
Yep. Royal Guard taking 2.
Yep.
Check whether they surge or not.
Don't think they do, but we'll double check that
in a second. So either 1 wound or none.
Yep.
And then Emperor himself.
Yep.
Check him as well. So just go to the cards for a second. And Royal Guard do not surge, so that is 1 dead.
Yep.
Is that right?
Or 1 wound if it's
One
wrong.
wound.
Yep.
1 wound, yeah. And Emperor does double surge, so he's
So
alright.
he's okay. So
but the Emperor takes suppression,
and
the Royal Guard
see
takes
if the
1 wound.
mortar suffers the brunt of the missile. He gets 2 hits from the missile. Does the mortar?
Okay, so that's 2 reds again.
Nope.
Oh, no, ignore that.
Right.
Ignore it.
I'm ignoring
Actually, there we go.
Oh, he's
Oh,
dead.
the
No, he's
mortar.
not. No, he's not. He's got. Has he got one wound or has he got no wounds?
He's taken a wound already, so I believe that might be the mortar gone now. Yeah, 3 wounds. So the mortar is gone. The Royal Guards take a wound.
And the Emperor lives on.
The Emperor lives on with just a suppression.
Okay, guys.
Show for
O to the Imperial activation. Right, guys. That was quite a
Dramatic.
activation here for Land Speeder. Got rid of that mortar that's been a pain in my side for quite some time.
It's done good work.
And a wound on the Royal Guard. To be so, Adam, have we got any tokens face up, or are you going to your bag?
It's just the bag left now, so I've
Okay.
got 2 left in the bag. It's either going to be the Stormtrooper or the Death Troopers. So, ooh, it's the Stormtrooper! Yay!
Hooray, Stormtrooper!
So, hooray, Stormtrooper! Now he's going to risk being left out of command radius next turn, and he's not really doing much there. So I think movement is going to be involved in this. He recovered last turn, so he's actually got 2 actions.
Ooh.
So let's just see if I can just get him through the gap in these barricades, perhaps.
Oh,
No, they're just a bit too close. You'll have to
too-
do a speed one to get over them. Or go around and he'd be left out. Out in the cold. Out in the cold. Or just a double move, maybe. Just shoot. Yeah, he could just stay there and aim shoot over there. I think he might be in range 3. So let's just see. Let's face it, if you want to put suppression on, you've got to pick him as a target, which might be... Oh no, he's
Oh,
just
he's
out.
shot.
So there's nothing really against really making a move of some sort, so I think I'll just go straight over the barrier, see where I end up, and then decide what I'm going to do next. So let's just straight that way. That I think might put me in range now, but it won't matter because if I get a hit, it's just suppression on them.
Yeah, you're in range now.
Okay. No, I'm going to carry on moving, I think. Because, you know, if he doesn't die, he's another Guardian wound for a Palpatine. So
Yep.
I'm just going to sneak up behind your speeder here, within your minimum range of your missile. Has it got a 360, the missile?
Yes.
I'll just sneak up behind you then, just because it looks funny. There we go.
You could be the next
Can
victim.
I see your registration, please, sir?
Yep, I'll show it.
Do you know how fast you were going back there, sir?
Right then, last activation, well, last token is the troopers over there, so we're going to do a bit of moving and we'll come back. Right guys, we decided to stay put and just shoot the Royal Guard in the open, and we'll have an aim as well. Okay guys, over to the dice. Right guys, Rebel Troopers shooting the Royal Guard, see if we can pick another one off. Ah, we've got 2 hits, and we've got an aim as well, so we might as well reroll some dice. Takes it to 3. Lovely jubbly. So 3 hits in the Royal Guard, see if we can get another one off. Ooh, 2 wounds.
So that is the unit leader on 1 wound left then.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay guys, over to the Imperials. Right guys, it's round 3 activation time for the Imperials. Adam, you back to your bag for your last activation?
Yep, well we know what it's going to be. It's going to be those Death Troopers there, so they are going to pull out themselves. There we go.
Yep.
So, they have an aim, courtesy of the Stormtroopers and coordinated fire. So I could move and then not need the config. I think they need to really be getting forward now.
So I think you're still out of range. You had to tap your config last turn to shoot.
I could recover. Well, I recover shot.
Yeah. Are you
And
going to do that
then
again?
I was in range 4, so I could do that, or I could move and then shoot, and I'd probably be in range because the Stormtroopers were, I think, in range. So I think really the Death Troopers now need to start getting mixed up in things a bit more. So they're going to move forwards. They've got an aim with them, so they can move. They can still shoot. Let's get them forwards. Let's get them into the action.
And that you're in the leader right at the back with a hand up.
Yeah, that's true. So let's get the other guys out of the way. So just you can land up there. That is fine. That is good. I might actually tweak them slightly more that way because I think the only thing they're going to be able to target is the
Pathfinders.
Pathfinders. So let's just have a look at how that leaves me range wise before I decide whether to do a second move or just cohere the unit there. So how's range 3 looking?
Good.
It's looking pretty good. Can't see the other guy, I don't think, in the window there.
Probably
What is that? Is that his body or his gun?
That's it's binoculars.
Binoculars, nah, that's not him. I'd go after them as I'm moving around. So yeah, I'll cohere the unit around the unit leader and we'll take some shots with an aim.
Okay guys, we're going to go to the dice and see what these Pathfinders can do. Right guys, Death Troopers shooting up at the Pathfinders and still in the heavy cover, so we've still got a boatload of dice.
Yep, 3 black, 2 red and a white.
Yep.
With not suppressive this turn because they're just firing normally. They didn't need to recover this turn. They're in range 3, they're just going to fire.
Yep.
Okay, so surges to hit, yeah.
So that's 3 hits.
So far, spend the aim. They don't have precise. So.
You got precise too, haven't you?
Oh, they have actually, yeah.
It's good to my ear to remind you.
It's because they don't tend to miss more than once.
Yeah.
So.
And you got 4. So 2 will go for cover,
yeah.
leaving 2. So I've got 2 normal and I've got 3 suppression on me, so that'll be an extra 3 dice. Oop. Well, that's not good. That's
known already result.
So there. You've that's not enough dice, is it?
It's enough blanks to kill you anyway, isn't it?
No, because you only had 2 saves to make.
Oh, you only had 2 saves. Oh, right, hang on.
No.
Oh, right.
So it's one's alive. So Pow is on his own. So.
With a suppression extra.
Yep, she's up to 4.
Okay, well that was your aim back, and that's the game spent there. Okay, and I believe that is all my activations done for this turn.
Right guys, over to my last activation. Right guys, it's time for this Rebel Trooper to shine. He's got 3 suppression on him to take. See what we've if we manage to roll any of them off. We've rolled 1 off, but he's thankfully not going to be panicking due to Leia being right next to him and being reassuring. So I think we're going to have to stay still and hope for a crit shooting through that cover. Oh, actually no, tell you what guys, I'll tell a lie. I'm just going to peg it into these trees. And hopefully get some of that suppression off for next turn. Right guys, on to the command cards for round 4. Alright guys, it's command card time for phase 4, for round 4, and I've gone for Turning the Tide.
Okay.
So we're going for 2 heavy or 2
okay.
support.
So you can inspire suppression off.
Yep.
Interesting. I have gone for, and now you will die.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
So
yes.
you have the old...
While he's still alive.
Yes. Well,
I don't think he's going to make it through this game.
I think the heavies are about to fly away from him.
Yeah.
Right guys, we're going to play some tokens and take some actions. Right guys, over to that bit. Right, it's Imperial activation time for round 4. Adam, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's bring Palpin. Let's do this. Let's see what he can do.
You unleashing the fury.
I am firstly tapping force reflexes again every turn.
So for a dodge.
For a dodge, yeah, could be very, very useful in a moment. There we go. And now he is going to move. That. And the great thing about his special attack is I take wounds to do it. I don't use an action.
Yep.
So he can basically move, and then do it. So he's going to move. It's where he is at the end of this move that's the important bit. So I'm just going to move these tokens out of the way, check where he is. And then we're going to check his range from the end of this token hit. So I might swing him around a bit and leave the token in place for a minute. So he's got range 1 to 2 with this. So just see who he can reach there. How many rebel units is he touching
That's
now?
both of them.
Both of them, and
Both of them again.
Leia and that one guy there.
Yep.
So he's in a great position as he is. That is perfect. So he'll stop there,
Yep.
right next to his Royal Guard, and we'll just clean up the tokens and stuff, and then see what he can do. I've got to roll for his suppression, but it doesn't matter.
Yep.
'Cause he
Okay.
comes forward.
Might as well roll them off, Adam.
You'll do all the dice.
Yeah, we'll do the dice under the dice camera. So okay, over to the dice. Right, guys. Palpatine's got 2 suppression to roll off to start with.
Yeah.
So he
Obviously, he has 4 courage, so it doesn't make any difference to what happens. So
Yep. Roll. One of them comes off.
one comes off, and then he's done a double move, but he's now going to use his order card to do one of his Force Lightning attacks.
Yep.
So
So
he's going to take a wound and a suppression. and he is going to target the nearest rebel trooper unit of 3 left that's in
Yep, the one on the objective counter.
Yep, that's right. Now this is the same shooting as an ATST's main gun. It has Pierce 2 and is suppressive, and will also give you 1 immobilized token as well when he's done it. So here we go. He has suffered a wound. I gave him anger, so he now has an aim.
Yep.
Here we go then. Okay.
Surge to hit.
I'll have to go and check that. But he will use the aim on those 2 anyway, because that's better. So we'll check what he surges for.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm already dead because you've got 3 hits and I've got white
2.
dice.
Pierce 2. He does surge to crit.
So you got 5 hits then.
Yeah.
So you got 5 damage, and I think unless that's serving some miracle or all these 10 up paint. Well, that's just cruel.
What's that?
I've passed all but 1, so they knocks that
Pierce
down.
2. Yeah. So that's the unit. On the
Cruel.
1 time you roll hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
just cruel. That
He's
is.
not done with you yet.
That unit's dead.
Yeah.
So
He's going to go for the unit behind them, which he was also in range of.
yep.
So same dice again. He takes another wound and another suppression. Anger triggers him getting another aim.
So he's down to 1 wound now.
So yep. So again, rainbow dice, double rainbow. He's down to 1 wound, but I mean, if he does this again, it's well worth it, really. Clearing the decks. So surge is a crit.
So we got four hits so far. You know, I didn't take any cover off last time. It's my own fault.
Would it have helped?
I doubt it. Doubt it. Well, it might. I don't know.
Spend the aim.
I don't know. Might have saved left 1 guy.
1 more hit there. So this time
5. There's 4 left.
Okay, Pierce 2, so you're going to have to roll quite hot here as well.
Yep. Nope, that's all of them dead. That's all 4 gone.
And that is the Emperor done.
Okay, over to my activation. Right, guys. After that clearing of that wood by the Emperor himself, it's over to my stack. Oops, and it is time for Leia. So, see if Leia can do something good. I might do some shooting with her and see what we can do. Right, guys, Leia's going to do some shooting. She's taken an aim and she is going to shoot a Palpatine, even though the unit of Pierce is going to make it less effective than it could be, but let's see what we get.
The Red Mist has descended and she wants revenge.
Yeah, she does.
7 rebel troopers, was it?
So, I think she surges to a crit, but we'll double check that in a second. Spend the aim to reroll either 2. That's another surge, so let's double check the surge result. Yep, surge is crit, so the Emperor can't dodge any of those.
Okay.
Or rather fling his fellows in the way.
Okay, so he's got to take 3 saves on himself now.
2 saves, Adam.
2 saves on himself, and they're both crits, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, so no guardianing. Right, okay, come on, Em. Do surge to block though, so let's... He's alright, but he does take another suppression.
Never mind, guys, never mind. It was the dream was
the
there.
Emperor's out in the open with 1 wound remaining. You've got to take your chances. There's bragging rights at stake here.
Right, over to the Imperials. Right, guys, it's time for the Imperials to activate. Adam, do you know what you're doing?
Yep, I'm going to go to my bag, see what fate gives me. And it provides me with...
Troops.
So, I
Core.
think...
So we got stormtroopers or stormtroopers?
we've got the shores over there as well.
And shore troopers, how dare they?
I think the shore troopers are going to wait their turn, actually. So, I think it's going to be the stormtroopers here.
Yep.
They are going to take a wound off this, repair, and then they're going to take some shots up there at that last...
the Pathfinder.
up there, yeah. Just see if I can get rid of him. Rob you with an activation. So I think we checked this before. No, we're in range.
Yeah, you're still in range. We haven't moved.
So yeah, so that would be just all of them unaimed, obviously. But
yep.
Here we go.
Over to the dice. Right then, stormtroopers shooting at the Pathfinders. Still at full strength, and so let's see how we go. 2 red and 4 white.
Yep, here we go.
We got
Okay,
4
surge to
hits.
hit. Yeah.
Cover will take 2.
And 2 will go through.
Yep.
Okay.
So we've got 3 and 2. So we need to make 2 saves. And we've made 1. So his power's finally gone.
Finally. That took some doing.
Yep. Right, guys, it's time for the airspeeder to go. I'm going to do activate that. So we've got a compulsory move to make, and we'll see what we can see after that. Probably looking at the Stormtroopers or Death Troopers. Or maybe the Shore Troopers. Right, anyway, do a move and see where we end up. Right guys, after the compulsory move, I decided I needed to pivot to get these Shore Troopers in arc. And hopefully protect my objective a bit. So let's see if we can do some bit of shooting against them and hopefully do some nice nasty damage to them. Okay guys, over to the dice. Right guys, it's time for some shooting from the airspeeder in those Shore Troopers. See if we no aims, so see what we can get with these dice. Oh, we've got 2 crits and 2 hits, so the 2 hits will disappear for cover, and that'll just be it. So
okay,
2 saves,
to defence, and
1
I
down.
lose my random trooper, so I'm down to the unit leader and the T21 that you love so much.
Right, over to the Imperials. Right guys, it's Imperial activation time for this again. So it's Adam, you going to your bag?
I am going to the stack, yeah.
Okay.
Bag, as it
Bag
is.
stack.
Bag stack. That sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Right, okay. It is Trooper unit again.
So that's Stormtrooper or the Shore Troopers?
The Shore Troopers, I think, while I've still got the T21 left
we've got
alive.
two suppression tokens to roll.
Although, yeah, I might not have 2 actions yet, so let's just see what they get first. So just roll it
over here somewhere.
They
no,
only
we
have
have
1
one action.
So let's see. On turn 4, I think what they will do is shoot at that guy hiding in there.
Yeah, we could try and kill the last commando.
Yeah, I will do that. I will try and shoot at the last. And if all else fails, shoot at something.
Yep. Okay, so we're over to the dice. Right, guys, the Shore Troopers shooting up at the last commando. So we've got quite still.
Yep. It's because the T21 generates
a lot of dice. So. Okay, guys, let's see what we get.
So,
surge to nothing, don't we?
Critical one.
Oh, it's critical
so
one.
one
So
crit.
that'll disappear. Cover gets rid of that.
So
Leaves me 1 save to do.
Yeah. Could this do it?
You know, I think that I swear some of my dice have got no saves on whatsoever. So the commando's down. Right, over to my go. Right, guys, it's turn to my activation turn again. So I'm going to go for the land speeder again. Starting off here, I'm going to do the speed 2 compulsory, see where we end up, and see what we can do. Right, guys, back in. Right, guys, I'm liking my land speeder because it's lovely. So we've done his compulsory move. He's going to take an aim. We're going to have Splimo Magnet Butt shoot at the Royal Guard. Oh, you know what? No. We're going to shoot the Emperor in case he gets critical and fails his save, and the rest of it's going to go into the Shore Troopers. Right, guys, over to the dice. Right, guys, shooting for the land speeder at the Shore Troopers. So we've got the rocket and the medium blaster. Don't even need. Look at that. Well, the aim's left for Splimo. We've got heavy cover, so 2 will knock off. Leaves 5 saves for the Shore Troopers.
I don't surge on these. This could be it for the Shores. Have they had their last gasp here?
They have.
They have only just, though. It took everything you had there.
Alright, and let's see, because Splimo can complete the dream and knock off the Emperor. And he's got 1 hit. Let's not nudge that to a critical. We'll spend the aim. And we'll throw it outside the dice pool.
Don't do that.
We've got 2 hits. 1 will knock off your light cover, and I'm assuming 1 will go for the dodge.
Yeah. The best save is one you don't even have to take. So
there we go. It was almost.
Force reflexes at least once.
It was almost there, guys. It was almost there. Right, over to the Imperial. Right, guys, it's Imperial activation time, Adam. Are you going to your bag, or are you going to go activate the Royal Guard?
I was thinking of going to the bag, but actually I'm going to activate the Royal Guard because, as we've just worked out, you've only got 1 activation left there. It's that rebel.
I've got a stack like this big.
There, but yes. But as discussed earlier, because I'm going to find it quite amusing, I'm going to activate this Royal Guard and see if he removes his suppression first. Not that it matters, because
he's hard.
He has removed it. There we go.
He's afraid of nothing.
He fears nothing.
And we're going to make me regret not shooting him with Leia, aren't you?
Now, he does have charge, so he is just going to go straight for Leia now.
Oh, good.
Yep. Because it's a melee unit. At least I can actually get at least 1 melee attack, so the other one's more than enough for him to get in.
Yep, that'll do.
Let's have some face punching with his big stick.
Okay, over to the dice, guys. Right then, guys, the Royal Guard's trying to hit Leia in the face. See what happens.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
2 hits.
And she's failed 2 saves.
Go
So
Royal Guard.
2 wounds taken. Right, guys, over to my stack. Right then, guys, it's the rebel activation time, and my stack is deceptively large because I've got a lot of units that got wiped off the table. Special forces dead. Special forces dead. Troopers,
Hey!
troopers and troopers dead. So it is the rebel trooper here, and he's going to do something he probably should have not done in the first place, and he's going to run back towards this objective and see if he can contribute to things before Leia gets herself killed by the Royal Guard. Right, guys, I'm going to do a bit of movement to see where we end up. So he's starting here in this wooded area and see what happens. Right, guys, rebel trooper has made 2 moves, but to there he's decided to stop in the cover rather than being in the open, as common sense would dictate. In fact, you know what you could do is we'll leave him there. I think that's the end of the round. Adam, you got any more units left?
I have the Death Troopers and I've got this. So they're both in the bag though.
Oh my God, he's got units left.
I do have units left. Yep. So let's see which one Fate dictates is first, and it is
the Stormtrooper.
The Stormtrooper here. So he is going to just start moving across. He was, in fact, Rebel Trooper had still been there. If he'd come up earlier, he'd have taken a pot shot. He'd have moved, taken a pot shot. But I think, knowing that that thing has to move off the objective later, and putting him in range to Guardian for the Emperor, so double use here, he is just going to move there. And now I know that that token is literally right underneath where you are there, but I can't get into contact with it yet. So
because I've been sneaky.
but a normal move will get me into contact with it next turn because it is right underneath like the middle of your base there, so I don't need to move again, but there's nothing else going to shoot at me either, so I think what I'll do is, just thinking about where I'm going to be next turn, I might as well just sneak forward and get some cover from this. So I'll just do a double move and end up sort of hiding in there, where I can Guardian for the Emperor a lot further forward as well.
Over to the Death Troopers.
Death Troopers, let's break them out the bag. There they go. So Death Troopers, they are bereft of targets unless they can get an angle on that lone Rebel Trooper over there. So they are going to move out because this is fully repaired and there's nothing really keeping them there now. There's the threats have been cleared out from these buildings, so they can start moving around and doing stuff. I mean, that means got some wins, but I think that's the only guy that can. There's only 2 people on the board that can mess with the objectives now, so I'm going to try and get rid of them and then worry about these flying things that are gunning my guys down. So unit leader out here, and you're going to get heavy cover. I'm just looking line of sight here, so let's just get the whole squad out there, deploying the garrison. Out they go. Who needs Krennic? Okay, there they go, and do a range check and then do some shooting.
Yeah, you're in range, Adam.
Is it range 3 or range?
Well, that's range 2.
Okay then. Yeah, that's fine then. So,
right, guys, over to the dice. Right, guys, Death Trooper shooting that lone trooper. See what happens.
Yep, I was just resisting the temptation off camera to split fire, but I think he's got heavy cover. He's going to drop 2 of these as it is, and there's no aim here, so I need to throw everything in. I've done this sort of thing before where I've tried to be too clever with it, and I've suffered. So not today. Here we go. And wouldn't you know it, the bare minimum.
You're critical, you know you.
But with no aim, that is a sigh of relief when I saw that they were critical.
Right then, let's see if we can save these. I saw one paint, but Rebel Troopers down. Right, guys. I think that's the end of the round now.
It is, yeah.
Right, onto the command cards. Right, guys, round 5 command card phase. So I've gone for when I can pick it up.
The unturnable card.
Assault.
Ooh, all out. And I've gone for
Push.
push.
Right, guys, Adam's got priority, so I'll go put my 3 unit counter down, and that's me done. Okay, over to the objective. No, whatever the other next Imperial phase next. Alright, guys, Imperial activation for round 5. Adam, do you know what you're doing?
yeah, as Palpatine has only got 1 wound left and there's only got a Stormtrooper nearby that's eligible to Guardian for him, what I'm going to do is activate Palpatine first this turn.
So we've got Force Suppression to roll
Force
off.
Suppression. I need to clear at least 1 to get 2 actions, but I already know what I'm going to do if I only have 1. So let's roll these over here.
Yeah.
So I don't clear any of them.
Oh, just one action.
So one action, which is going to be pulling the strings on that Royal Guard and making him thump Leia, basically.
Okie dokie, over to the dice. Right, guys, it's round 5 attack dice for the Royal Guard against Leia. So, see what we get. And I take it surge to it.
Don't think they do. Don't think they surge at all, so I think it's just the one. Yeah, just the one.
Okay, one save to make then. No, failed. So another one on Leia, and over to my activation. Right, guys, activation time for the Rebels. Leia is just going to aim and punch the Royal Guard in the face. Hopefully to get rid of him. Okay, over to the dice guys. Right, guys, Leia's laying into the Royal Guard. Hopefully she can get rid of him. Not with that kind of rolling. Spend the aim. 2 to hits at least.
2 hits.
Yeah.
Here we go then, 2 red dice.
Nope, can't do anything. Right, guys, over to the Imperial activation. Right, round 5 Imperial activation in 5, 4, 3. Right, guys, Imperial activation for round 5. Adam, what are you doing?
Go into the bag to see what I draw out. It is the Special Forces. It's the Death Troopers. So they are just going to make a beeline for this objective because there's only one person on foot now, which is Leia. So it's all about disabling these objectives before time runs out. So I'm literally going to double move the unit leader up and just surround this and try and get myself some cover as well while I'm at it, knowing that this thing has a minimum move and will probably have to go right past me. So I'm just going to go and hide in there because their job now becomes one of sneaking round and not fighting so much. So yeah, double move for them, done.
Okay, guys, over to my activation. I'm going to go with the airspeeder and see where we end up with the compulsory move. Right, guys, the airspeeder's compulsory move landed him on the objective token, which just displaced the Death Trooper off it, and he's spent another action to pivot. And we're going to unload on the Emperor, which may well be out of cover. I'm going to have a look at the cover and we'll let you know in the dice camera. Okay, guys, back in a second. Right, guys, airspeeder shooting Palpatine. Let's see if we can get some crits and force him to take the saves. There we go, that's 2 crits. No, 1 crit even, should I say. 2 crits and 2 go for cover, leaving 1 and a crit. So, are you going to Guardian 1 off?
I will Guardian 1 off to the Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And then I'll take 1 on the Emperor.
Actually, no, actually, yeah.
So I can Guardian 1 of them off.
Yeah. Guardian, are you doing a Stormtrooper?
Stormtrooper first.
Got him.
Dead. And the Emperor lives.
Damn it. I thought that was going to be a fantastically brilliant idea then. Anyway, Imperial activation time. Right then, round 5. Adam's decided to activate his Royal Guard and hit Leia again.
Yep.
So we're going to go over to the dice for that, guys. Right, Royal Guard aiming and punching Leia.
Here we go.
Nope, 2 hits, no aim needed. 2 fails, so 1 loomed left for Leia.
Some assassination going on here.
Just don't be
Still got the aim, but
can't seem to make those saves. Right, guys, it's the land speeder's time to move. He's going to have to go off that objective, and hopefully he's far enough away from Palp so he can't actually steal it. Right, guys, going to move the compulsory one and see where we end up. Right, guys, the land speeder's done its compulsory move. Managed to get the arc on the Death Troopers, so we're going to have the rifle and the medium blast at the Death Troopers, and the rocket's going to shoot at Pal, so we can get that last wound off him and get rid of him. Right, guys, over to the dice. Right, guys, land speeder's shooting at the Death Guard in a hell of a lot of cover, so we're going to shoot the medium blast.
Death Troopers.
Death Troopers?
Yeah.
Different universe. Yeah. Anyway, medium blaster, rifle are gonna see what we get. Oh, not. Oh, it's what am I saying? There's 4 out of 6 there. Can't complain at that. Spend the aim.
You tried.
No, actually, no. We're gonna save the aim. Save the aim for Palpatine. So 2 will knock off for cover.
2 saves.
Two saves.
Here we go on the Death Troopers. Here we go.
Got 1. Unless that's a
they
save.
double surge.
Yeah. So we've got 1.
Death Trooper, which
a rainbow for Palpatine.
Suppression.
And I didn't need the aim for Palpatine.
How many?
3 of them. So we've
3.
got, and with no cover for Palpatine.
And there's no one to Guardian to either. Here we go. You could cause a major upset here.
Major
And
upset
he's
has been caused.
Dead. Palpatine is gone.
Missile launcher to the face.
Ouch.
Right, over to the Imperial activation. Right, guys, after that hammer blow, it's over to the Imperial activation time. I think it's just the bag left, Adam.
It is just a bag, yep. So it is the Stormtroopers, and here they are. So they've already done everything they can to this objective. They've just got to sort of, you can't interfere with that one
No,
now.
I can't. So the only person who can interfere is busily being punched by Royal Guard.
Yep, so I think really what they'll do is they'll try and get around here and influence this one. So with a double move here.
Yep.
It's the only thing really they can do this game. So to there, I think.
Yep, and see if we can
And then
hopefully be. Oh no, I think I'm.
they might just be able to make that. So 'cause it's any squad member, isn't it? We said.
I think so.
We've
Yeah.
just been having like one guy left, haven't we? So yeah, and I'll cohere them around.
Yeah, I think it's going to require a minor miracle, but on my part to not lose this one.
It's going to be very close. So it's only going to be one or two in it because at the moment you're one ahead of me.
I'm one ahead at the moment. Yeah.
But you're going to have to move that land speeder.
Airspeeder.
I've got airspeeder.
Oh, well, and the land speed, yes.
I've got more activations than you, and once you've moved it, I can get the Death Troopers on it and do something to that as well.
Yeah. So, guys, I'm going to.
I think, hopefully, that'll do it.
I think we're on to command cards now, because that's the last one after you spend.
That is, I'm out of units, so it is.
Yep. Right, over to command cards, guys. Right, guys, command phase, round 6. I've had to go for one that's not really going to be the best one, because I've got no elites left, but it's lower pip nonetheless. Oh, you got
Ambush, one unit. I used all my commander specific ones early.
And I'll have to use one of your dice. I'll put
That's
all my
alright.
red dice away. Oh, well, surprise, surprise! I don't get it because it's my turn to roll.
I haven't rolled one of those, so but never mind.
Well, tell you what, do you want to roll it?
I'll roll it. Well, you want to retcon that? There we go.
You get it.
I get it anyway. There we go. I just think the dice don't like you today.
No, I don't think they do. You're right. Right, over to the orders to be issued and whatnot. Right, guys, Adam decided to promote his Royal Guard to command.
He's earned it. He really
and
has.
he's allocated his order to the Death Guard.
Troopers.
Thank you, Death Troopers. Death Troopers, yes. And I've not been able to allocate my tokens to anybody because I didn't have any special forces to allocate it to, and the ploy failed. Right then, so Adam, are you going to your bag or are you going to be Death
I'm
Troopers?
going to go to the bag because
Okay.
I want to delay the Death Troopers.
Yep.
So, here we go. Squad. Right, so, literally, they're going to move on to the objective of the unit. Leader can even do it.
Yep,
so,
and,
move on to there and take one off.
Repair, yep.
Repair one. I'll just cohere them round the unit leader now, just in their new position.
Alright, so
there.
that's the game tied at the moment.
Yep. And just get onto this heavy cover as well, just in case it matters. Probably won't, but there we go. Just leave him.
Right, so that's me going to my stack. It's a heavy unit. And... Yes, so...
It's hardly a big surprise, it's a heavy unit.
Well, it's a 1 in 3 chance, so
Yeah.
I'm going to think about which one I'm doing, guys, so I'm hopefully going to make his Death Guard come up at the wrong time. So I'm going to go with the Land Speeder. Right, guys, the Land Speeder has finished its move, and we're going to have some parting shots at these Death Troopers down here. I think even the driver might be arranged, but we'll check that in a second. We'll let you know in the dice camera. Okay, back in a second, guys. Right, guys, Land Speeder shoot the Death Troopers. We've got rifle gunner, pistol, and the missile. So we've got a 5 white, 1 red, and 1 black. We've had to do 2 moves to get the missile in range, or rather at the minimum range that is. So we got 4 hits after we convert surges. Ooh. 2 will get taken off the cover, so it leaves 2.
2. That's enough to take my DLT if I fail these. It takes the
1 because you surge.
Double surge, yep. So
one Death Trooper down.
That's hiding in the corner there. The most awkward one to remove, but that's...
Yeah, never mind. Right, guys, next activation, madam. I'm assuming you're going to your bag so you don't activate your Death Troopers.
Yep, I want to try and kill Leia, so it is the Royal Guard, who is obviously got inherited Palp's token there.
Yep.
So that aim is actually from last turn.
Well, I think you're going to take an aim
I'm
anyway?
going to take an aim anyway, so let's take that there to put it in the thing, and then try and do one last attack on Leia.
And hopefully Leia will make some saves. Right, the Royal Guard against Leia. Let's with an aim, see what he can do.
Here we go. Doesn't need the aim again.
Come on, let's have double
Twice now
saves.
he
Double
hasn't
saves for
needed
Leia. Keep the dream alive. Oh, you had to do it, didn't you? Leia's dead. I think that's
The dream is over.
The dream is over, right, guys? So let's see if we can kill something. Right, guys. Let's just add insult to injury and see if it would have been possible. Oh, it would have been
Was
as well.
that Leia next in your stack?
Ah,
Oh,
never mind.
no.
So the land speed's got to move off the objective now, and let's see if we can kill somebody. Probably this guy.
The Royal Guard in a revenge attack, perhaps?
Yeah, hopefully. Let's go over.
Sweet justice for
we're
you.
going to fly over there and shoot him and hopefully kill him. All right, guys. Back in a second. All right, guys. The land speed has gone there. We're going to have an aim and we're going to shoot the living hell out of that Death Trooper. Royal Guard even. Okay, guys. Let's see if we can get save some face before that last moisture vapor gets repaired. Okay, guys. Over to the dice. Right, Landspeed is shooting that last Royal Guard. Hopefully we can get save some face for him just murdering Leia. So, let's see what we get. We've got a name on here. And we've got all but one. With that
Right, well, he's
6.
okay. He's going to have to do something pretty spectacular. Shall we see?
Yeah.
6.
6 saves. Leia should have shot him a long time ago.
The Red Mist Part 2, because you had Part 1 earlier when Leia got the Emperor. Here we go.
And he's
He is
slightly dead.
he is very dead because he doesn't surge. So that's he's dead 5 times out of 6.
Lovely. I like that.
Okay. This is appropriate. He's dead,
Right then. So
but he lived long enough to do his job.
So Adam's renominated his Death Troopers as a command, and he's going to be.
I don't know if officially you're meant to do it at this very moment.
Well, I don't
but
think
it seems appropriate at the very end of the game to issue the unit leader with the
command
special token there, and then they're activating.
Yeah, activating,
so
go in
basically
there
they're going
and
to move
repair.
onto there and repair it. So that's
Yep,
just
so
the unit leader there waving his fist and going, "Hi, guys."
I'm left with 2. You've got 3. So you win 3-2. Well done, Adam.
Yep, and that is it. So game over.
Right, guys, another close game. Went
so
back and forth that one. To be honest, I thought I'd lost it a few turns ago when I lost pretty much all the infantry units I had left. And I was able to pull quite a few movement shenanigans with those repulsor vehicles. Just being able to land on the objectives in multiple occasions and use their bulk to suck
Yeah, it was really annoying that because it meant I had to wait extra turns, wait out until you'd flown off. And the only thing that swung it in the final turn there was knowing that once I killed Leia, I knew you were going to have to fly that thing off the objective.
I'm really regretting not shooting that Royal Guard with Leia when I had the chance. Instead of shooting Palpatine and just having a shot
say that,
bounce
but the
off.
thing is, if the Royal Guard had died, then Palpatine would have been free to lightning Leia.
Yeah,
And I think he would have dealt with her a lot quicker than
I think he should have survived one line and then pegged it.
I know he's done very well with the lightning on other people, though. I mean, he's rolling an 80 ST's worth of dice with a single round of attack, so it's difficult to say, isn't it?
I'm still loving my land speed. The air speed is I can see why people don't like them too, which is the high speed. It's hard to keep them on point.
I think you just have to plan ahead,
Yeah,
really, don't you?
I think I think more practice is required with them, but not too bad, not terrible. Definitely not worth how many points they used to be. And
I think this game, the Emperor certainly pulled his weight. Although again, still a few slip ups. I'm still learning how to use him. Like forgetting about when you should do Guardian. Like I had to roll saves on him at the start, and it went back. He took 2 wounds right at the start. If I'd remembered to Guardian nose off, he'd have probably had more juice for the multiple lightning attacks when it occurred. He wouldn't have needed as many Guardian units because he'd have had more health at that point. So, you learn these things. You sort of make lessons. I mean, but that Royal Guard taking vengeance there, killing Leia, and then vengeance on him from the land speeder, which just meant at the critical moment there, the airspeeder, yeah, there we go. You've got land speeder, airspeeder, come on.
Yeah, it's confused, isn't it?
But I think that did mean that kind of quite appropriately then command at the final moment passed to the Death Trooper Sergeant, who then went and took
I was happy with the fact that the land
objective.
speeder was a parting shot behind them, a rocket launcher to the face of Palpatine.
Yeah, that was a very undignified way for him to go.
Yeah,
after
into several pieces, hopefully.
But he was too weak by that point. You see, he couldn't handle it. He couldn't hold it any longer.
Yeah, so he couldn't go no.
No.
Yeah, Thanks for watching, guys.
Absolute bloodbath. I mean, as I was just looking at what I've got left alive, and it's a squad of stormtroopers who were miraculously untouched and 2 death troopers, and that's it.
That damn shore trooper thing that killed
Yeah,
everyone. In this
you are
fight.
dreading the day when I get that second unit fully painted and ready to use, because that'll be 2 of those guns running.
Yeah, you won't be allowed to use it now.
Do you know, I think at that point when I've got 2 units that they'll start underperforming. The dice will stop working.
Yeah, or I'll be using droids and it won't matter when you kill, how many you kill. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Drop us a like if you could. That really helps us. Helps us out. Gets more people.
Tell us where we went wrong.
Yeah. Share with your friends. Share with people you don't like as well. More people watching, the better. And thanks for watching this far. If you're still watching, thanks, guys.
Yep.
See you all later, and hopefully there'll be another one about a month's time, probably. No.
If we're not all locked down,
Yeah. If you're not
the whole country hasn't been given 28 suppression tokens and told to stay in our houses because nobody knows.
Yeah. No one knows what's going on.
Yeah. Stay safe, everyone.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
And there we go.
If the whole country's got 28 suppression tokens, you like that? I had to get a reference in. They're all dead, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave. Go on, Bennett. Yes, Chen. Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead.
All right then.